Well. The topic at hand today is an honest review and opinion from someone who's never played a FromSoft Souls-like, Soulsborne style game before. And that person is me. Yes, I must admit, this is in fact my first FromSoft / Soulsborne game. I never played Demon Souls, never played Dark Souls, never played Sekiro, never played Bloodborne. Elden Ring is indeed my first game from FromSoftware. And I'd like to give the point of view from my experience and what I thought and how I feel about the game. When the game first came out, there was an abundance of hate for it. And there was even more love for the game. Some people said it was too hard. Some people said it was unplayable because it was so hard. They just hated it, didn't like it, wanted their money back. And veterans of the community just kind of laughed and were like, that's what you get for trying to play a Souls-like game, wuss, crybaby, blah, 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 blah. When I first saw the preview for the game, or the trailer, or whatever, it looked cool. That's all I knew about it. It looked cool. I didn't even know at first that it was a Souls-like game. That's how clueless I was about Souls games. And I've been a gamer for 30 years or more now, but I just never ventured down that rabbit hole of Souls-like FromSoftware games. But I knew this game looked cool, and I may get some hate for this, but I was like, wow, this looks like a really good version of Skyrim, of Elden. That was kind of all I knew about it. Watched a little bit about it, on the internet, not a whole lot. But I knew it looked good and it looked cool. I had no idea how good it was going to be or how bad it was going to be. The game came out. Didn't pre-order anything. But after about a day or two of seeing gameplay and stuff like that on YouTube and over social media, a few things that I've seen and read, I was like, I'm going to get it. So I got the game, downloaded it. Could not wait to play it. And once I started playing, I instantly fell in love with the game. It was a gorgeous game. It was beautiful. And right now, there's just so much to it that, like, I'll never forget the first moment I walked out of the tutorial area at the first step. I saw how good everything looked. And was blown away by how good it looked, how colorful and vibrant. Also, at the same time, how dark and deep it was. And to me, that's special. Not a lot of video games do that. I mean, I'm a super picky person when it comes to video games. Not an elitist, but I just have my preferences. So when I started playing this, I was hooked. Well, it's beautiful. Let's try the gameplay. Tried the gameplay and got my butt kicked so bad. It was almost shameful how bad I was getting my butt kicked. But I was so into the game because it looked so good and the combat was very smooth. It wasn't quite anything I'd experienced before. And it shows. If you don't, have at least some kind of clue of what you're doing with the combat in this game, you're gonna get wrecked by a lot of people. I don't remember the name of the character, but the invader in the little river cascade has the Riviera of Blood dagger. I could not beat that guy for nothing at first. I remember leaving, coming back, leveled up, and finally, I finally ended up beating him. But it was a struggle, and it was, you know, you couldn't just walk through this game OP at the beginning and just, you know, even if you didn't know what you're doing, it's not like you could just do it. You had to take the time to grind out the levels and get the rooms. So it was a bit annoying, but it was also, you feel very rewarded when you get done, and that was okay with me. I think that was probably the biggest gripe that people had, and I think it's just, and this may get me a little heat here, but I think it's just a generation of lazy gamers. That's all it is, I feel like. And I don't want to struggle really bad when I play a game, but this game, I felt like it looked so good, it felt so good, it was a great game. I could already tell, you know, you wanted to put the time in, you wanted to get good at it, get good. So I feel like the people who are hating on it have every right to hate on it if it's not their type of game. But you know, I've unfortunately bought games before that I ended up not liking, and I just felt like, God, I wish I could get my money back. But sometimes, you know, that's the price you pay. You can watch reviews and, you know, hear certain things about games from your friends or anything, and then you just try it. It's not really your cup of tea. But I feel like, honestly, to me, this is the most I've been addicted to a video game and wanted to just play it since Fallout 4. I really liked Fallout 4 and, you know, all the previous ones before, but Fallout 4 was the last one that I really just encased and lost myself in and got to a crazy level. So in my book, this game is amazing. It did have a learning curve, but once you kind of got past all that and past all the, you know, learning things that you don't know if you haven't been a Souls veteran, once you get past all that, this is probably either my first or second favorite game of all time. It's close. The other spot would be open to probably The Witcher 3, if that gives you a reference. I think Witcher 3, I probably didn't put as much time in, but it just captivated me. So that may, you know, be why. And I think The Witcher 3 had just the story was a lot better about getting you hooked and getting you into the storyline than this game is. The story is very intriguing in this game, but we all know that they like to leave mysteries, which is something I've learned about FromSoft. So that may be why Witcher has a slight advantage, because I did know what was going on a little bit more in the story, but I do respect the fact that this one leaves it up to your interpretation until you do find out. So it leaves you asking questions, which also leaves you interested. And I love the lore videos for this game that people are putting out, and I really respect the people who dig in and find, you know, all the stuff about the lore. It's much appreciated. Especially to someone like me who doesn't quite understand how to keep up with the lore in this game, because we're not used to it. In my opinion, the time of making this review, the game's been out for a couple months or so. It's May. We're almost into June 2022. Nothing else this year's came out that's impressed me too much. Starfield got pushed back to 2023. A few other games that were kind of expected to come out this year are getting pushed back in 2023. The only other game that I may be interested that I know about right now is the new Saints Row remake that's coming out. But I don't see it being a Game of the Year candidate. It'll probably just be a wacky, fun adventure that's, you know, blowing stuff up, driving fast cars and spaceships and stuff. But as far as Game of the Year, I think this game has an incredible chance of taking it this year. It's a visual masterpiece. The gameplay is awesome. The PvP, I believe, will be shelled out at some point, and everything will be a little bit more balanced. Right now, it's kind of all over the place. You can run the meta and probably just wreck everybody if you want to really build. And it's really sad that that's how it is, but there's a lot of hopes for future DLC for this game. And I believe that a big PvP patch with some updates to PvP will be added. So hopefully in the future we can get PvP fixed to give this game some really, really long longevity. I'm pretty sure as massive this game is, it really wouldn't break my heart if they didn't add DLC. But of course we'd all love more of this goodness. So if they do add DLC, which I'm hoping they do, that's going to even further the game, and hopefully that'll help us out with some of these storylines and some of the lore that's going on. My honest review, as of now, I give the game a 9.5 out of 10, and it's almost a 10 out of 10, but I've never had a 10 out of 10 game because I try to be a realistic person. The only thing, like I said, it's lacking is some areas in the PvP field. There could be, in my opinion, a few tweaks to make the game just a little bit funner. Like maybe just for a simple thing, maybe if Torrent didn't take fall damage, that'd be cool, because I think that's killed me more than anything in this game. But it's not a big deal, you know. So I don't mind dying. You lose runes, you can go right back and get them. So the fall damage, I think, has been my biggest nemesis in this game, because it's especially from what I understand is you don't like I said, I never played them, but you can't jump in other in like the Soulsborne games. Maybe in Sekiro you could, but so I maybe work on their jump system to where you can kind of tell a little bit better if you're gonna make it or if you're gonna die, because as of right now you really don't know if you can jump. But that's my honest review. Leave in the comments below how you felt when you first played the game, when you first opened the door at the first steps. I know it was amazing for me. It was really cool to just see the scenery, and then, you know, when you come down here, and there's other places in the map that you just, when you get there, you're just like, geez, wow, this is gorgeous. But this has been Sin Sermon Gaming. This is almost got fall damage right there. This is Sin Sermon Gaming. I appreciate you guys taking a minute to look at this. If you hated the game, let me know also. If you love the game, let me know. Let me know why in the comments below. Appreciate you guys watching. Take care. Almost forgot. You gotta remember this one. Fancy spin for the win.